I think when you go 1-0 down at home, there's always a little bit of concern, particularly when I think I'd be most concerned about that 20 quid note that's just dropped out of Tom's pocket, I think. Is that yours? Someone's there. It's just usually a bit quicker to pick that up than before. No, I think the fact that we'd lost the previous 2 home games just dictates that little bit of nervousness, and you don't want that nervousness to creep in. And I think that one of the crucial factors to Saturday's game is that we didn't allow that to. We kept very focused. We kept trying to move the ball and trying to break QPR down, because I felt at times first half they sat in a little bit, not overly, but sat in a little bit and made it difficult for us to create as many chances. And then I think second half was the key. I mean, obviously scoring before half time, and I felt the last 10-15 minutes we started to gain that little bit of control and momentum. Then second half, we've not started as well a lot of second halves because we've been ahead. But at 1-1 at home, I think the determination of a team to win that first home game in 3, made sure that we were putting a really good performance, and I thought we were very, very strong second half. We finished the game strong. We continued that throughout the second half, and I think it shows our fitness levels, our strength, and the fact that the atmosphere is good in there, and the players believe that we can get results. I think it showed. I think we deserved the 3 points.
And your faith in Robbo, of course, him scoring that goal. I mean, that's incredible, isn't it? Was his first goal in 4 years, was it?
Well, when someone told me that, I thought they were joking. I think they said it was his first goal for something like 8 seasons, I think it was, or something. Listen, I think that's been one of our strengths this season, is that we spoke about it last year. We spoke about the fact that we relied heavily on Clayton and Dave Cottrell for our goals on the whole. And we needed goals to come from elsewhere. And if you look at it, Michael Morrison scored against Brentford to put us 1-0 up. Robbo scored today. Caddy scored his usual penalties, and so we're contributing from all over the pitch, and I think that's really, really important. And it was a good time to score. Excellent delivery from Dimian, and we spoke about it before, that I think our defensive players that are in the box should get their head on more of those deliveries, should score more goals. So certainly very, very pleased when it came.
Of course, and Jack McGover had a cracking game, didn't he? Didn't stop running in midfield, and was man of the match at the end as well. Yeah,
I thought he was excellent, Mags. Again, he's a player that I trust a lot. He's a player that I've always enjoyed working with, and I just felt as though this time round we could get a little bit of something different out of him in regards to our squad, and giving us something what perhaps we haven't got. And I was pleased for him, really, because I think he showed that. And it's always the case when you come on and sub and score goals that people then think that if you don't do that every game you start as well, that all of a sudden you're an impact player. And I think that's probably an unfair label for him. And I think he showed that Saturday, but he's got so much more to his game. I just think he's a really valuable member of the squad. And again shows our strength in depth.
And you took Damari off about 10 minutes before the end. He'd taken a few quite late tackles, hadn't he? Was that to protect him, or was there a problem?
No, I think he took a couple of whacks. I think he was sort of limping around a little bit slower than normal, and sometimes you always think 10 minutes to go. And I mentioned it after the game as well. I think there's such as Viv's rise in terms of his standing in the squad, but he's come on a few times late on. Maybe normally I wouldn't want to put young players on the pitch to see out games, but I think he showed with his athleticism and strength that sometimes he can get you up the pitch, he can get you to the right end that you want to be, and he can buy you that little bit of time in the final third, in the last stages of a game. I think he's done that really, really well against a really experienced player in Paul Konchesky. So Dimmy certainly, he's trained this morning, so he's absolutely fine. But again, sometimes players just run out a little bit of steam in certain games, And
of course, Bolton tomorrow night, wounded animal at the moment, lost at the weekend to Burnley, holding everybody else up in the league. Are you thinking they had a head to Hull at the weekend as well, who are just a few points behind you guys? Are you going to put out a slightly different team tomorrow night at Bolton, thinking ahead to Hull? Or?
No, I don't think we'll think ahead at all. The fact that you told me we had Hull Saturday was probably the first time I'd thought about it. So, no, Tuesday night's our first game. We don't look ahead any further than that next game. I think we'll put out whatever team we think is the best team to give us the best possible chance of winning the game. What I would say is that I think Lenny's I played with Lenny at Leicester. I think he's a terrific manager. He's got great experience, at Celtic, and did an amazing job there. And I think they've been really unfortunate. I know he's alluded to that, and I know sometimes people think that's just, because of their lack of points at the moment, just trying to gloss over one or two things. But in the games that we've seen them, they've been really, really good, and they've maybe just struggled to see out those games and win them. But they've started really brightly against Burnley for the first 20 minutes. They've started really brightly in all the other games that we've seen them, and they're a good side. So we've got to make sure that we go down, we put in another top performance. Our away form's been excellent. We're unbeaten, but we've got to keep replicating that. You can't live off what you've done previously. You live off what you're gonna do and what you do on the next game. So.